to control the Strait of Hormuz. If the US airstrikes really did begin in self-defense, it's safe to say that they very quickly escalated from there beyond that small scope. Like how when I say I'm gonna have just one more peanut butter M&M and then I end up eating the entire bag, except here they got carried away, killing. US forces are using hard power to try to shape the battlefield in an attempt to force more favorable terms to end the war. And we'll soon see the IRGC is also running their own covert campaign to try to erode the US negotiating position, because neither side has been willing to budge in negotiations around key issues of Iran's nuclear program and whether or not Iran will control traffic through the Strait of Hormuz in the future. But it didn't stop there, because at approximately 11:40 p.m. local time, the bombing campaign continued to expand. Explosions were then reported by residents near Bandar Abbas International Airport. The bombs hit a nearby Iranian Air Force facility and multiple military compounds on the eastern outskirts of the city. Just 5 minutes later, Iranian air defense were reportedly activated across the region as additional waves of strikes are reported near Sarik and Jask. Why these locations? Because these two sites have become increasingly important military hubs that allow Iran to project power beyond the Strait of Hormuz. According to the reports from eyewitnesses on the ground, this was a fast, sprawling air campaign. Jask has become important because it gives Iran the ability to disperse missile launchers and naval assets further east into the Gulf of Oman, making them harder to bottleneck and destroy in a single concentrated strike. This is why the US chose to strike them now, when they were given a window of opportunity. In this case, we can think of military force being used during negotiations like bargaining chips at a poker table. There is a lot happening in this war behind the scenes that people are missing, and it's only now just coming to light. And once intelligence reports started leaking out after the ceasefire, it became obvious that behind the scenes, both sides had already shifted into a shadow campaign designed to improve their negotiating positions without triggering another full-scale war. Because on May 1st, during the ceasefire, the IRGC launched a secret attack against a port in Kuwait, because that's when a 6-man infiltration team from Iran came in a small boat armed with small arms and weapons. Then they tried to do a Metal Gear Solid infiltration into a strategically important port. They were attempting to sabotage or recon the Gulf infrastructure, according to Kuwaiti authorities. It appeared that they were preparing an anti-shipping operation, but at the last second the IRGC officers were caught by Kuwaiti authorities, a firefight or an engagement broke out, and one Kuwaiti soldier was reportedly injured. 4 of the IRGC officers were arrested on the spot, and 2 fled the scene. Iranian officials didn't deny they were part of the IRGC, but they claimed that it was just a mistake and they got lost. You know, they took a wrong turn. Why would the Iranians do this? Because they're thinking if they can mine the waterways or destroy infrastructure there, blow up a boat off the coast of Kuwait, it'll strengthen their negotiating hand. Both sides are trying to move the chess pieces around the board without flipping the board over entirely. Or maybe it's checkers at this point, I really don't know. Behind closed doors, the scale of the war was hidden from public view, and we're just now finding out about it. US war planners leaned heavily on air power to achieve regime change in a risky but bold jailbreak operation unlike anything I've ever heard of. We now know that the initial bombing operation's goal was likely to free hardline former president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. That might sound nuts because Ahmadinejad was famous for saying he'd wipe Israel off the map and he wanted to double down on nuclear weapons during his term in power. But in recent years, Ahmadinejad had clashed with regime leaders. He'd accused them of corruption. Iran isn't exactly open to that kind of speech, so he was placed under house arrest in Tehran to keep him quiet. The US and Israeli intelligence agencies assessed that he would be a good candidate to take over. He was contacted by Israeli intelligence, and he actually knew about the plan to free him. He would serve as a transitional leader in a post-war alternative government that would be more friendly to the US. So they planned this elaborate air-powered jailbreak operation, maybe the first ever air-power heist. On the opening day of the war, an Israeli precision airstrike blew up the guard tower outside his house, killing the guards. This freed him, but the explosion also nearly killed him. He got spooked by this and he hasn't been seen in public since then. Meanwhile, the United States government now believes if the war were to go hot again, they would be joined by new allies to make it easier during round 2. Because officials revealed recently that Saudi Arabia and the
It's amazing how different shit is now, and it hasn't been this way for a long time. It's been a very short time. Everybody has a phone in their pocket. It didn't used to be. You had just a few years ago, nobody had their phone. It was just the phone. It was this thing, the phone, that was in a room in your house. And then you had to dial this fucking thing. There was a rotor, and you had to turn it and go... You actually hated people with zeros in their numbers because they made you do, oh, this guy's got a 0 and a 9. How badly do I want to talk to that piece of shit? That's too much work. Now we have this, which is amazing. We have these phones that you can call in an airstrike. You can look at the top of your own head. It's amazing, this shit, and it's wasted on the shittiest generation of piece of shit assholes that ever fucking lived. I swear to God, we are. We're the worst people so far. Because we have this beautiful thing and we hate it. We're just fucking... never saw a person going, look at what my phone can do. Nobody does that. They all go, this fucking thing, it sucks. I can't get it. Give it a second, would you? Could you give it a second? It's going to space. Can you give it a second to get back from space? Is the speed of light too slow for you, you non-contributing product sponge cunt? Can you just wait? Can you just take a little breath? Just wait for that picture of Axl Rose to get on your phone. Like it even fucking mattered what you were doing. Like it was even important. We're all just so mad. I hate my phone sucks. No, it doesn't. It's amazing. The shittiest cell phone in the world is a miracle. Your life sucks around the phone. Why are you so mad at it? People say the craziest shit. I hate Verizon. What are you talking about? How can that feeling exist? I hate Verizon. Why? Did they fire you and take away your pension? No! Just a couple of times it was weird for a second. Hate them. Hate Verizon. Well, make your own then. You go make one. Make your own network. Get some hubcaps and climb some trees. See how close yours is to perfect. Why would it be perfect? Really, it's as good as it is. Why do we expect it to be fucking perfect all the fucking time? We're not contributing. We're not helping it be perfect. We don't even know what is involved. Do you have any idea what is involved in taking your thing that you said that nobody needs to ever hear ever? When you go, hey, what's up, dude? And a little invisible magic angel takes it. God damn it. When did you send me that text? If I sent it to you a month ago, it's amazing. Whenever it gets to you. It's amazing. Whenever it gets to you in your chosen fucking font. It's incredible. Angles with red tips. They look like candy corn that somebody stepped on. But it's nice having a girlfriend. It's better than being married, because, you know, with a girlfriend you can switch. And marriage is, fuck, that's hard. I feel bad for people that are in a bad marriage. If you're in a bad marriage, by the way, you know what you should do? Just stay home. Don't make people, just self-quarantine. Don't make people fucking look at you. You know those couples that come over for dinner and they're holding a gun to each other's heads like, hi, thanks for having us. Fuck. There's always that awful moment at dinner. One of them's like, we saw that show on Wednesday. The other one's like, it wasn't Wednesday. We're gonna fucking puke because of your life. Oh, that's bad. I was on an airplane one time, and a married couple came on, and they had been sat separately. There was some mistake, so they're trying to figure it out. And the woman, she's supposed to sit here, she comes up to me, she says, would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband? And he's behind her, he's like, and I wanted to help him. But what am I going to say to his wife? Just, no, I won't move. Then I have to sit with her. So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. I got off the plane, and it took off, and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was bad. I'll never forget that day. Fuck, that was so unnecessary. That was wildly unnecessary. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm fucking mentally ill. I don't know what it is. I've been thinking about this. You know, I think the thing is, I think I learned too early in my life that when I say something and people get angry, I just like how that feels. I don't know why, but I learned it too early. I think that's the problem. I learned that when I was 6. That's too young for that kind of, you know. I learned all the bad words when I was 6. I learned them all in one day from this old dude who hung around our neighborhood. I don't know if he lived there or what, but there was this old dude with a shitty coat and a dark tooth that was always walking around my neighborhood. And if you were a kid walking alone, he'd walk up and, hey, talk to you. Because it was the 70s. You could just walk up to the kids and talk to them. Now you can't even fuck them. It's crazy how things are. Sorry. I know it's wrong to fuck kids, by the way. Just to be clear, I know that fucking children is wrong. I don't even need to be told, I just know that it's wrong. I would know it was wrong even if it was popular. Even if people were like, you should fuck kids, it's great. I wouldn't do it. Even if kids came up to me all the time, you should fuck me, I like it, I wouldn't mind at all. I would say, no thank you, young man. Even if doctors proved that it was beneficial to the health of children to fuck them, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fuck a kid to save his life. That's even if somebody said to me, if you fuck just this one kid, then no kid will ever get fucked ever again. I might have to fuck that one kid. That might be the right thing to do. I'm saving all those kids. Oh, I'm saving them all. Not you. Not you. You're the last one. Hypothetically. Anyway, so the old man came up to me on the street, and he said, hey, do you want to know all the bad words? And I said, yes, I think I do. So he's like, all right, okay, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, pussy, fart, cum. And I was like, felt so good. I went to school, I went right up to my teacher, I said, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, cum, fart. And she started crying, it's a true story. She was like, started crying. I had a boner, I was so happy. It's the best moment of my life. I had to go to the principal's office. He said, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? I said, no, but I eat her pussy with it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, relationships are tough. That's what I'm talking about. I used to date a woman who was a vegan, so I had to fuck her with my dick substitute. And remember when meeting a vegan was weird? Remember when that was like a strange thing? Like, oh, what is that? Like, you probably met your first vegan in the 90s. You had like a dinner party and somebody brought a vegan. And they said, just so you know, I'm a vegan. You're like, I'm sorry, you're a vegetarian? And they're like, no. Like, all right, what is the thing? And they tell you all of it. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have no food for you. You can eat a napkin and shit paper. I don't care. But then you met another vegan, and you're like, oh, okay. And then now they're everywhere. Now, who cares? There's several vegans in restaurants and whatever. Kind of like gay people. Sort of a similar trajectory of growth and acceptance in the culture, you know? The gay people and vegans have a lot in common. Like, they both have to tell their families Thanksgiving. That's when they have to tell them. And dad gets angry. Your mother worked all night cooking that turkey, and you're telling me you're a fucking faggot? You know, drama. But those are the old days. Things are better now. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it. The people used to say that being gay was wrong. Pretty recently, folks used to, like most people used to say that being gay was wrong. Of course, it's not wrong to be gay. I mean, it's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change. I think that's a good thing. Although I do wonder if there are gay people who miss when it was wrong. Maybe there's a few who miss when it was, because wasn't it a little more fun when it was like, this is fucking crazy? Like, didn't that give it a little zhuzh? I could lose my job, oh fuck. Because now they're like everybody else, which is great, and they can get married, that's terrific, but is that fun to fuck your husband at your house? Wasn't it more fun to be in an old nightclub at 4 in the morning like, I'm breaking my mother's heart? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even mean just gay people. Just some people like when sex is a little fucked up, you know? Some people like when sex is a little fucked up. All right. No. All right, you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it? All right. I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Here's what I'll give you some advice. Here's some advice that really only I can give you. Here's my advice. If you ever ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you? Just let me finish. I mean, let me finish what I'm saying. Fuck. Okay. If you ever ask somebody, may I jerk off in front of you? And they say yes. Just say, are you sure? That's the first part. And then if they say yes, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Because look, whatever you're into, okay? Because everybody's got their thing. Whatever your thing is, I don't know. You all have your thing. I don't know what your thing is. You're so fucking lucky that I don't know what your thing is. Do you understand how lucky you are that people don't know your fucking thing? Because everybody knows my thing. Everybody knows my fucking thing now. Obama knows my thing. Do you understand how that feels? To know that Obama was like, good Lord. Everybody in the world knows my thing. I got on an airplane in Italy. This little kid was like, Mama, that's the guy who jacked off in front of the people. So whatever your thing is, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't come unless you have your father on speakerphone. Whatever it is. If you want to do it with somebody else, you need to ask first. But if they say yes, you still don't get to just go, woo, and charge ahead. You got to check in often. I guess that's what I would say. Check in. Because it's not always clear how people feel. Like, men are taught to make sure the woman is okay. But the thing is, women know how to seem okay when they're not okay. So you can't just look at her face and be like, yeah, her eyes are dry, we're fine, let's keep going. You gotta check in. Because communication during sex can be very confusing. Like sometimes you're with a woman, you're having sex, she's making noises, she's going like, ooh, ah, and you're like, oh, she loves it. Not necessarily. Sometimes they're making those noises just